Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we're going to make a really simple, small, elegant pair of earrings using beads and components that I got from Bead Box Bargains. I think you're going to like them, so let's turn down and we will take a look and see what we're going to do. Okay, I have cut off the heads of 2 of my 3-inch head pins. These are old ones. I don't use them anymore. I prefer a ball head pin. And I've got these little crystal drops that I got from Bead Box Bargains. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our wire and then we're going to... Here, you guys can all go over here. I don't need you all over here. These are the spacers between our crystals. This crystal is going to be on the bottom, and then it'll hook onto this little teardrop, reverse teardrop sort of bead posts. So like I say, very tiny, very pretty, quite elegant. So let's take one of our wires and we're going to bend it over. That should be enough. We're going to get our stepped bell making pliers, go to the little one, up and over and around, drop it down, bring it over, leave a gap. We're going to hook onto that crystal, so we need to have a gap there. There we go. So we're going to take this tiny little crystal and put on here. Then we'll get hold of our wires here. They come together. Get our second pair of pliers and wrap this at least 2 or 3 times. So we'll trim this little bit off right here. Come on, baby. And then, oh dang it, I've done that before, but it doesn't happen very often. I got the edge of my flush cutter, see where it's still cutting down here, and I got the edge of the wire into it and cut a piece off. Now that hurts like heck if you hit yourself with that. See it right there, the nick I made into it? So we're going to cut this baby off and we're going to get a new one out because this one is just not acceptable with that cut in it. It will cut you easily. And of course it's a weakened spot anyway, so we don't want that. So we'll throw that one away and we're going to start over with this one and we'll have to get a new one out. I don't do that very often because I tend to try and watch where it's at, but I have done it before and it's rather disconcerting. So we'll up and over and around, bring her around, leaving that gap, and make sure she's pretty straight up and down. Now we feed our little piece back in. Close this as best you can by bringing them two pieces together. Then we'll wrap. I want to make sure where this is landing at, and it needs to go around to the back just a touch more, and then we'll cut it off. So around to the back. Come on, baby, go around here. And I will take and push it if I need to get it back there. Now this time we got to be I'm going to be very careful and watch where the back of my cutter is, because I do not want to nick our wire again. There we go. There's our little guy. Our wire is quite crooked, as you can see, so we have to straighten that out. There we go. And the top link is up a little bit, so I'm going to take my pliers. I'm going to put them in the link at the bottom, and then at the top I'm going to get hold of it and just slide it. So I think we're pretty good here. So then we're going to feed on this tiny crystal, the spacer, the medium crystal, spacer, and the other tiny crystal. So there is our tiny little earring. Now we have to get it put on our post. Since our post is facing this direction, we want our loop to face that direction as well. So we take this and we loop her around, bring her over and around, but we want to leave that gap to feed our ear wire in. Now this has a definite front because our little crystal is here in the front, so we want to feed this in backwards from here. Come on, baby. There we go. I take this off because I don't like these kind of backs. And then we're going to hold this. And wrap this up. Into the back with you. So now we want to cut that piece of wire off. Tuck it in, being careful because these are all crystals. See how straight we are? We're pretty darn straight. That's good. So there is our really delicate little tiny earring. We've got to make our second one now. But now I have to get that piece of wire out since I broke one. So I've got another head pin here. We're just going to cut off the head. Now it's a 3-inch piece of wire. So we will fold it over, take our bell making pliers up and over and around, bring her down and over, leave a gap, feed our little crystal into here, grab hold of the loop right here, push them back together. Then we will wrap this up. And I believe we had 3 down here. Yes, we did. So we want 3 to come to the back here. Now we need to cut that little bit off, again without cutting our wire like we did the first time. And then tuck it in. Now we need to see how crooked we have it, and of course we do have it crooked. See how it's gone crooked like so. So we need to take and hold this while we push our wire back up into place. Could go a little bit more. This time I'm going to tuck this a teeny touch. So then we go to our little bead, our medium, big, well actually this is the medium, that was the spacer. Spacer, tiny bead, and now of course like I said we want to bend it forward for our ear post. Bring her around. Don't let your pliers fall out like I just did if you can help it. Bring it over, straighten it up, open a gap up because I didn't leave one. And you'll want one for your post to go through. Now remember we want to feed it on backwards, because as it comes around the loop, it goes to the front. So there we are, facing forward with our pretty little crystal. Now we'll hold where these come together, bring them back together because they will be apart since you intentionally made them apart. Then you're going to wrap this up. Trim it off, tuck it in, and see if you need to straighten it. I do need to straighten this one a little bit. See how it is tipping slightly to this direction? So we need to straighten that just a little bit. There we go. There is our second earring done. So very tiny, but very elegant and pretty. And sparkly. I like a sparkly. So there we go. There is our earrings. I do need to find the other style of earring bag to put on here, which I can do in just a second here. They're right above me. Open these up, drop a couple out. A couple is 2 feet, folks, not 4. That's 2 couples. And put those on. And there is our very pretty little tiny elegant earrings. So I hope you enjoyed making those little earrings with me. As you can see, they are tiny, but look at the sparkle. I will admit these are ones I probably would not wear. They're too small, but there are a lot of people that like those small sparkly little things, and there they are. Those pretty. Hope you enjoyed making these with me. Most of the components, the beads, the spacers, the little tiny drops, were all from Bead Box Bargains. Now, I do not believe these particular posts were from Bead Box Bargains, but everything else was. So hope you enjoyed making those with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.